Hi, we're here today to honor the class of 2020. This year, Lexington Christian Academy Chorus has 39 graduating seniors. It's our largest class ever. And over half of LCA's class of 2020 have been enrolled in chorus during their 4 years here. This is a very special group of young people. Many of them started with me 10 years ago in my very first elementary school chorus. They've continued on through the program. Others have just joined in the past couple of years, but each of them have left their unique mark on our program. I'm so excited to celebrate them today as we look forward to seeing how God continues to use them in the years to come as they move on from LCA.
Emily Ashford's always been one of my favorite students to pick on. This year she helped choreograph Cabaret, and I couldn't have been more proud of the work she did, the professionalism she demonstrated, or the respect that she garnered from her peers. I first got to know Emily well on an ill-fated trip to Nashville on which she told me no less than 537 times that it was her birthday. Emily will attend the University of Cincinnati in the fall. She's been a fun personality to watch grow over the past several years, and I know that she'll be a blessing to her new community. Tommy Ann Beers is one of those quiet leaders who brings everyone else up. She genuinely brings joy to those around her and has a knack for making others feel important and loved. Tommy Ann has an incredible testimony, and I know that her gift of encouragement will make a huge difference in the world, as it has already made a difference in the lives of those who are fortunate to know her, including myself. Tommy Ann has served as the chorus's chaplain with excellence and will attend Western Kentucky University this fall. Avery Benson is Auburn-bound. She'll be on the pre-med track there and flex her incredible intellect as well as her passion to help others. Avery has always offered a witty comment or well-timed evil eye in class to make me laugh. She's been a dedicated member of Women's Chorus and provided steady leadership this year as an officer. I'll miss her sense of humor and the way she can speak truth so candidly to her peers. I couldn't be more proud of Avery. Briley Clark's been one of my lunch buddies this year. I've enjoyed getting to know her better and experiencing her unique sense of humor. Briley has the biggest heart of any student I've ever had. Every conversation involves lifting others up and thinking of ways to help. Briley's a true servant leader. And she's a big Harry Potter fan. Briley will be attending Lee University in the fall to become a nurse. I know that Briley's innate drive to help others will shine as she pursues God's calling on her life. Annie Riley Clark won this year's Harmonia Award. She's been in chorus since junior high and served as the Harmonia president this year. Anna Riley is an awesome young woman who embraces sarcasm and wit, but is always kind, considerate, and compassionate to others. She's also the only student I've ever taught who shares a birthday with me. We've celebrated together for 6 years in class. I'll miss our big party next year, but I'm excited to see my birthday buddies shine at Clemson. Andrew Corum is a mature, Christ-like young man. Despite me calling him by his brother's name for most of high school, Andrew is always happy and willing to help in class. I got to know him better last year on the Philadelphia trip during our Bible studies. I remember thinking how inquisitive and knowledgeable he was. He continues to impress me with his choices, insightfulness, and the way he interacts with his classmates. Andrew will attend the University of Kentucky in the fall. My man Chaz Crawford first came into my classroom for AP Music Theory. After hearing him sight sing, I knew I had to convince him to take choir along with band. I started calling him Chamber Choir Chaz every time he answered a question until it finally stuck. The entire class adopted his nickname, and eventually he signed up for chamber choir. I'm so glad that he did. Chaz goes above and beyond to be a team player. He's one of the most naturally talented musicians I've taught, and I know he'll do big things in the music business. Macy Crump has kept a tally for 2 years of how many times I've worn my favorite blue gingham shirt. That perfectly describes Macy, though. She's got a great sense of humor, a fierce devotion, and a drive to help others find joy and happiness. She's a strong leader and a very talented artist, but her best quality is her contagious laugh. Macy will attend Miami of Ohio next year and follow her dreams of becoming an architect, and I'll be retiring my favorite shirt in her honor. Maria Day is our only senior this year to be in 2 choirs. She sings in the women's chorus as well as Harmonia. Maria's been in chorus since junior high and always brings a sense of joy to the classroom. She'll be the first to tell you about her proud Canadian heritage. As an officer this year, Maria's devotions were a highlight of class time, filled with wisdom and laughter. Maria will attend the University of Kentucky in the fall. Parker Dedick is an awesome young man. I've enjoyed getting to know him over the past 2 years. He's got a unique sense of humor and perspective of the world. Parker's a faithful and devoted friend. I enjoyed wandering the streets of, or more accurately, getting lost, in Philadelphia last year, and I'm excited that Parker will be continuing to sing in choir next year at Georgetown College. Colin Durler's been in chorus since 7th grade. Over that time, I've seen him develop more and more confidence each year. Colin's an intelligent young man who rarely uses his cell phone in class. I know that Colin will find success in college and beyond, because that's the type of person Colin is. He takes what life gives him, makes the best of it, and moves on. Colin will be headed to the University of Kentucky in the fall. Alexa Edwards is one of those kids in my first elementary choir. She used to beg me to end a couple of minutes early so everyone could run around in the grass together outside before pickup. She still has a fun-loving attitude and finds joy in the little things. Alexa has been a leader in our treble choir and harmonia and has made an impact on the younger singers she's sung with. Alexa will be pursuing a degree in forensic science next year, and I wish her all the best. Harrison Fraley is also a great young man. He's respectful, smart, creative, thoughtful, and super talented. I've been so impressed with his work ethic as a lead in the musical, as well as the section leader and soloist in our program. Harrison's a very motivated individual who brings joy to those around him. I couldn't be more proud of Harrison's progress and see even more potential for him to change the world in the future. Harrison will attend the University of Kentucky next year to study business management. Ashley Frazier is a one-of-a-kind student. In her 3 years of high school chorus, she has contributed so much to our program. This year she choreographed for the women's chorus, and I was amazed at her work. She's a natural teacher and leader, full of spunk and razzle-dazzle. I'll miss seeing her in class, always engaged, and setting a good example for those around her. Ashley will attend Northern Kentucky University next year, where she'll be auditioning for the dance team and majoring in education. Emma Gale just joined our program last year after moving to Kentucky from Florida. Instantly, I knew that behind her shy exterior was a funny and talented young woman. Apart from her beautiful voice, Emma's a world-class gymnast. Emma was one of our chorus aides this year and did a great job making double-sided copies. Emma will be going to the University of Kentucky this fall to pursue a career in optometry. Nick Gaines actually isn't in chorus this year, but he did serve as one of our teacher's aides. He was also in chorus for 5 years prior to this one, last appearing in men's chorus. Nick's come a long way since I first met him in 7th grade. I could always count on Nick to do the unexpected, especially in men's chorus. Something about men's chorus elicits doing things you wouldn't otherwise do. Despite being a tad crazy some days, Nick has always been kind and thoughtful. I'll miss seeing him and wish him all the best at UK next year. What can I say about Justin Green? Justin sat by me on the bus on our way back from Nashville. I fell asleep while we were in Tennessee and woke up around Bowling Green, and Justin was still talking and having the same conversation. Didn't even know I had fallen asleep. That's Justin. He's always got a question, a TikTok tutorial, or a story about Foot Locker. But he's also always got a kind and encouraging word to share. I've appreciated seeing his insightfulness and maturity grow over this past year, and I'm confident he will blossom in college. Justin's an awesome young man, and I hope he leaves high school knowing that I deeply admire him. Grace Hager has always thought she's my favorite. She's definitely in the top 39, but I'll really miss our chats next year. Grace has always been mature beyond her years. I've enjoyed our many talks and know that she is super ready to leave and go on to college. Grace will succeed in whatever she puts her mind to, because not only is she talented and brilliant, but she also is a hard worker. Grace will attend the University of Kentucky next fall. Jackson Hancock's been in chorus since 7th grade. He's a quiet leader who leads by example. I've appreciated that about him all along. Jackson has a knack for making other people laugh, as well as getting everyone hyped up in his unorthodox way. Jackson's a smart young man, a great athlete, and a fine musician who is much more talented than he thinks. I'll miss having Jackson in class and seeing him sing in concerts. He's headed to UK next year to study business management. Slade Howard's always been a motivated young woman with a tremendous work ethic. Since I first had her in class in junior high, I knew Slade would do well in life. She works hard, she's full of talent, and she doesn't take herself too seriously. Slade's a great senior leader in women's chorus and has a beautiful voice. She'll be attending the University of Kentucky next year and majoring in nursing. Andrew Huff's a very special young man. I've loved getting to know Andrew over the past 3 years. I knew when I first heard him and Malcolm in men's chorus that they had to move up to chamber choir immediately. Andrew's been a leader in our program ever since. Personally, I love talking to Andrew about anything. He's insightful and funny. Andrew has a heart of gold and a genuine drive to improve the world and the lives of the people around him. Some of my favorite memories with Andrew are his night of riddles in Ireland and our late night trip to Kroger. You'll be very missed next year, Andrew. Next year, Andrew's headed to Center College. Jason just joined chorus this year, but I wish he had joined earlier. He's such a talented young man. He has a brilliant bass voice, but can also play the piano beautifully. Jason is quiet in class, but is always willing to work to improve. He was a great addition to Cantari this year as we prepared for and sang at the KMEA conference. Jason will be studying computer science at Grand Canyon University next year. Davis McIntyre is one of the funniest students I've ever taught. He and I share a similar sense of humor, so often just a look can set us both off laughing. Davis is a pro at auditioning for musicals that he doesn't perform in, but I'm so glad he stuck it out this year as a lead in Mary Poppins. Davis works hard, he keeps everyone on their toes, and is a great friend to his peers. Davis and I also go to church together, where he sings in the choir and is devoted to using his talents to serve God. I've had many deep talks with Davis and am so impressed with his internal drive to worship and glorify God. Davis will be going to the University of Kentucky in the fall. Levi Messner is a great young man and has great hair. During his time in men's chorus, he was always the only student to volunteer for solos. Now that he's in chamber choir, he continues to be a leader. He may not know what page we're on, ever, but he's always singing with his strong tenor voice. I've been so proud of Levi and his work ethic. He'll be attending the University of Kentucky in the fall to study finance and accounting. Landis Montgomery is a fun student to teach. She has a great sense of humor and doesn't take herself too seriously. Landis has been in chorus since junior high and has a beautiful soprano voice. I'm proud of her and the progress she's made musically and personally. Landis will be attending Miami of Ohio next year. Akasha Mullis has been in women's choir for 2 years. Akasha is a fine friend and always looks out for those she cares for. I've been impressed with her interactions this year with our younger members, as she mentors them and sets a fine example of what being in chorus is all about. She'll be attending the University of Kentucky in the fall. And now, yes, Akasha, you can go to the school store. Duncan Myers is the biggest choir nerd I've ever met. He sends me videos of choirs regularly and listens to obscure recordings of 19th century Russian choral singing. It makes me so happy to see the passion that he has for music. I love the talks we've had, the wandering through Philadelphia, and the countless lunches and deep discussions in my office. You'll be very missed, Duncan. Duncan will be going to the University of Kentucky next year, pursuing a career as pharmacist. Matthew Noss is another one of our seniors who's been with me from the very beginning. I've never met a more hardworking individual in my life. Matthew has had to overcome many obstacles in his life, but he takes each one of them head on and works to push through. My favorite memories of Matthew are talking with our tour guide Brian in Ireland and the many late nights hanging and programming lights at school. Matthew will be attending BCTC next year and continuing to grow his business, Blue Jay Outdoor Solutions. Lauren Patton brings joy wherever she goes. For me personally, she's very loved by my son Zeke, whom she took in during our New York trip last year. It's the kind of person Lauren is. She cares for others fiercely, and she seeks to make others happy. She also always has something great to tell me if I ask, like how she bought a pasta maker last week but the store's out of flour. I'll miss her spirit in my classroom next year. Lauren will be attending Eastern Kentucky University. Wesley Payne's a cool dude. He is so immensely talented. He can pick up anything on the piano, has a great voice, and is one of the most kind and compassionate young men I've ever taught. He's always encouraging to others and has something nice to say. Wes visits me between most classes just to say hi and play a few bars on the piano. I will miss that next year, as well as his funny one-liners. Wes will be going to the University of Kentucky in the fall. Hannah Roth is another one of those quiet leaders. I can always count on her to be doing the right thing. She's hilarious and has a great sense of humor. Hannah's been in chorus since junior high and has always been a leader in her actions and demeanor. She's also crazy smart. Hannah will be attending Western Kentucky University this fall to prepare for a physician's assistant school. Grayson Rulon has the firmest handshake, and he always shakes my hand when he enters the room. I'm so proud of how much Grayson has grown over the past few years. His outstanding Christian character shines through in all that he does, and I know that he will be a powerful witness next year at Morehead State University. Grayson is an incredible young man with a great desire for others to know Christ. Jared Sly has been in chorus off and on since junior high. While my earliest memory of Jared involves Matthew Noss in a filing cabinet, my favorite is seeing how he stepped out of his comfort zone this year to sing in the quartet at KMEA. I was so proud to hear him singing out by himself. Jared works hard and is deserving of everything he gets. He'll be attending the University of Kentucky in the fall. Emily Sparks is an incredibly talented musician. Over the past few years, we've grown close, and I've gained an appreciation for how hard she works to improve herself and her art. She's a truly remarkable singer and actor, but it's not just natural talent, it's also her outstanding work ethic and the drive to be the best she can be. I've enjoyed teaching her and can't wait to see her pursue music education at the University of Kentucky and have her own classroom full of eager Emilys with lots of feelings someday. Lily Springer's been with me since the beginning as well. From celebrating her birthday at Junior High All-State to getting excited for this year's solo at Carnegie Hall, I have many fond memories with Lily. She's a fun-loving young woman who has the ability to make others feel comfortable and loved. Most of all, I've enjoyed seeing Lily take a leadership role this year and lead worship in our chapel services. She's immensely talented, and I know she'll continue to use her voice for God's glory. Lily will be attending Samford University in the fall. Logan Stivers is another phenomenal artist, both vocally and on the piano, as well as in dancing. He's also an avid vlogger. Logan has always been a leader in the chorus, even back in his junior high days. It's been a joy to watch him grow and flourish in our program. He works diligently behind the scenes and makes his performances look effortless. I'll miss his sense of humor and my ability to check my reflection in his shoes. Logan will be attending the University of Kentucky next year. Jensen Thomas has always been a fun student to teach. She's mastered the line between having fun in class and getting the job done. She always makes others laugh and brings her realistic view into perspective. She also has moved the furthest of our seniors from alto 2 to soprano 1 in just a matter of days. Jensen will attend the University of Kentucky next year and major in English. I'll definitely miss my talks with Connor Vance next year. He's an outstanding young man who's wise and introspective far beyond his years. He started in men's chorus, but has come a long way. I was so proud of his performance at KMEA in a solo in the musical. My favorite memory was seeing him really get it for the first time on our trip to Philly last year. Looking up at him during the clinic and seeing him singing out and smiling from ear to ear was so rewarding. I'm so proud of him and his desire to glorify God in everything he does. Connor will be heading to Asbury University this fall to study communications. Abby Whitaker is a thoughtful, caring, and compassionate young woman. Her work this year as the student body chaplain has been inspiring. She's been able to proclaim Christ's message of love and grace through her words, but more importantly, through her actions. To boot, she's also a phenomenal singer and dancer. I'll miss Abby's voice next year, but more than that, I'll miss the way she ministers and leads in our program. She'll be attending the University of Kentucky in the fall to study social work, where she'll no doubt continue to make an impact in people's lives for the glory of God. Wilson's been smiling ever since she joined chorus in 7th grade. She's a joy to be around. I've enjoyed having her in our lunch bunch this year and getting to know her better through the musical. Catherine received this year's Servant Leadership Award because she's always willing to pitch in and help, putting in many extra hours folding programs, setting up for events, or organizing music. She'll be attending Florida State University in the fall and majoring in interior design with hopes to one day work in the themed entertainment industry, which is a perfect fit for Catherine. We know she'll add some brightness to the Sunshine State.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting the Lexington Christian Academy Chorus. Please join me in praying for these incredible young people over the next weeks and months as they head forth into the next chapter of their lives, that they would chase after God with their whole hearts. The Bible tells us that as we have breath, we have reason to sing. Even in these difficult times, I pray that each of us can find joy and find reason to sing to our incredible Creator. Thank you again for your support. Thank you to the class of 2020 for the impact that you've left on our program and on me personally. God bless.